Hi, grade 6, I'm Miss Iman Said from Learners Teacher Iman channel. Today I will resume Unit 7 that I started last video. Last class I stopped on lesson 3. Today I will continue the rest of the unit. But before I will go to do so, I would like to say don't forget to make share, like, subscribe to my channel, send you new videos. Let's go to our unit lesson today. Last class, we talk about what? We talk about trade in ancient Egypt. So here we talk about this part. I will give you, I will make a quick revise on, then I start unit 4 and 5. Okay, here we talk about presentation. We know ancient Egyptians, metal, trading, weapons, economy, and so on. And know this vocab. We know countries, rocks, different gold, decorations, craftsmen, silver, kinds, harder, shapes, popular. Popular, they have the other meaning called famous. They have another meaning called famous. Okay, famous. I would like to know this word also. Okay, this vocab also. We have here statues, artifacts, true sculptures, culture, jewelry, fantastic, stone, interesting. Let's go to another one. Here we know the conjugation of verbs, and we know the verbs that adding ed, like traded, like melted, and verbs that changed completely, like buy, bought, till, told, make, made, and so on. Okay, as we told you before, before grade 6. All grades that we have a regular verb must be kept. With no way to say I can keep some of them and other not. No, you must keep the vocab because sorry, you must keep the irregular verbs because irregular verbs in English is like timetable. So you can't answer any sentence without keeping the irregular verbs. Last class we know some expression like take out the metals part, make shapes with it, on the land, more easily, first found, use something for, that's right, go through. Here we have some definitions like trade, buying and selling things between countries. Metal, something like gold or iron that is hard and strong. Weapon, an object used for fighting or hunting animals. Economy, we know that economy is a system that trading with what? With money and goods and produce it and use. Here we know some sentence like ancient Egyptian bought and sold many to other countries. Ancient Egyptians first metal 7,000 years ago in rocks. They used the metal to make tools and weapons. So here we say that the metal is strong to make what? Tools and weapons. Ancient Egypt was one of the strongest economies in world. Okay, in the world. Okay. And the last class I read this. I don't. I think that no, I don't read it. I will read it for you to know more about this. Our class presentation is about trade in ancient Egypt. I'm Angie, and this is Dalia. The ancient Egyptians bought from and sold many things to different countries. This is called trading. Dalia can tell us what kinds of things that ancient Egyptian traded. So here, Dalia, I want to know the ancient Egyptian things that traded. Let's know from Dalia. Thanks, Angie. Well, one of the most interesting things that they traded with other countries was metal. The ancient Egyptians first found metal in rocks around 7,000 years ago. They heated the rocks and took out metal parts. They learned that metal was harder than stone. So here we know something. We know that metal is harder than what? Harder than stone. Okay, this is rare. Okay, I think so. And they could melt and make different shapes of. Let's go to another item here in this part. That is fantastic. Dalia, thank you. What did they use for? What did they use? What did they use the metal for? So here I ask about metals. Let's know the things that we use for make metals from. Like what they used it to make tools and weapons. So they use metal for what? For make tools and weapons, so that they could hunt on the land and grow things like food more easily. Gold was a popular metal for making jewelry. So here we say that that gold is popular metal for making what? Making jewelry and decorations. All of us know this, and I think girls like gold, so they know this. Okay, silver was also used, but was rare. Means can't found it easily. Okay, as art and culture were very important to ancient Egyptians, many of their craftsmen used different types of metal to make statues and sculptures to sell. Let's go to another paragraph here in this text. Let's go to another paragraph. Here we have, that's right, but they didn't just sell metal to other countries. They also bought some metals like silver, which they got through trade with countries. And as they traded more, this helped the ancient Egyptians develop their economy. Until ancient Egypt was one of the strongest economies in the world. Yes, you only need to look at ancient Egyptian artifacts museums today to see that is true. Well, that is the end of the presentation. Does anyone have any questions, please? So here we know in this part, this is a question related to this text. When did ancient Egyptian first find metal? So I ask about the metal that find it in the first. Let's know it together as we know here in this text. First time that found metal. Found metal. Here is saying the first. When did ancient Egyptian first find metal? So I ask about the time. So let's know here when they found it. Okay, around 7,000 years ago. Let's go to another one. This is a question. What did ancient Egyptian use for metal without thinking? Tool and webs. Okay, as we know here during the lesson, we know that use this metal for what? For making tools and what? Tools and weapons. As we know here in this part, tools and weapons. They use metal here. They use metal for what? For tools and to make tools and weapons. Let's go to another one here. Here is the language focus or grammar, which is related to what? Related to prepositions. Let's know the prepositions. Here is on, here is in front of, between, under, next to. I would like to note that next to must be come together. If we have select or choice in the exam, we must put, and we have to, we must put next. And here, when we have of, it will be in foreign. Okay. This is the prepositions. This is the prepositions comes together in front of and next to. Here we have behind. Okay, let's go to another one here. So here, when we ask about when we use the preposition, so I ask about what? About the place. So here we have the where to ask about, as we know that WH question where ask about what? Ask about place. And I would like to return to the videos that I explained these keywords in details. You can review the videos and know what we told during these videos. Here is where to ask about place. Okay. Here we have where is the ball? Where is the mouse? Here is where is the ball? The ball is what? Is under the table. Where is the mouse? Is next to TV. Let's go to another item here. One of the most beautiful artifacts from ancient Egyptian is Tutankhamun's mask, which was found in his tomb. The mask is gold with blue lines between gold lines. Under his chin is a thin beard. There is also a snake. There is also a snake on the top of his. There is also a snake on the top of his head. Let's go to this story. We have a story about the one who likes gold, and when we touch anyone, you make gold. Let's go to know more this king. Okay, from the story. Here we have king, rose garden, golden touch, castle, daughter, tears. We have here some extra vocabulary together. Favorite, ground, strong looking, goat, sick, wish, warm, excited. As we know, I explained before the ed form and ing form adjective. Ed form used for what? For persons. We have ed form for persons. We have ing form for what? We use when we say exciting. So I talk about something. Okay, here we use ing form. So we have adjectives with ed form for persons. We have adjectives ing form for things. I think now we know this rule, and I explained. If you want to know it, return to the videos. I explained the adjective ed and ing form several times. You can found it on videos and review it if you forget it. If you forgot it, okay. Let's go to another one here. Here we have special meal. We have here roses, precious. We have important. Here we have conjunction verb. I will give you some of them, not all, because as we know that we know regular and irregular, and we know that regular verb have ed and irregular verb changes completely like this. Lived, here walked, called, tripped. Here we have took, take, took. We have gave, gave, give, gave. We have make, made, eat, ate, and so on. Let's go to another item here. Here we have some expression and phrases. Some of you saying, Miss Iman, what is expression and phrases important? Yes, important. Why? Some of you saying why? Why? Because we have a paragraph. So we write a paragraph. So when we write a paragraph, we must have a vocab, we must have expressions, we must have phrases, we must have sentence. We must know sentence from learning. You can keep some of sentence to help you to write a good paragraph in the exam. Okay, and I would like to say something, that you can't write a good paragraph without skipping some of sentence, without reading more and more, because the paragraph is depend on thinking and depend on your creative. Okay, this part in the exam. Look for your creative. Okay, so you must know that the paragraph is you must know sentences, you must know expressions, you must know phrases to write a good paragraph. Let's go to learn together more about this. Here we have spend time, one night, trip over something, feel much better, turn into gold, make someone's wish wish come true, please come back, don't care about. Let's read the story together and know more about this. As we told you before, during in grade 4, we know that the story consists of what? The story consists of 3 parts: beginning, middle, and end. Okay, let's read together the story. Let's read the story together. Many years ago, there lived a king called King Midas. King Midas. King Midas. He loved 3 things more than anything else: his daughter, his daughter Marigold, his daughter Marigold, his rose garden, and gold. His favorite thing was to spend time in his garden with Marigold, but he also liked to look at all the gold in his castle. Let's go together to another to the next paragraph. One night he was walking in the garden when he tripped over something on the garden. It was a strange looking goat. It looked very sick. King Midas was a kind man. So he took the goat into his castle. There he gave it food and warm it in the morning. The goat felt much better. Let's go to another one here. This is the beginning. Let's go to the middle of the story. I would like to thank you, King Midas, said the goat. What would you like more than anything else in the world? King Midas thought for a minute. Then said, I would like everything I touched. I would like everything I touched to turn into gold. Okay, said the goat, and made the king's wish come true. King Midas was very excited after the goat left. He looked around the castle. When he touched a chair, it turned gold. When he touched his bed, it turned gold too. To celebrate, he asked for special meal, but when he touched the food, he couldn't eat it because it turned gold. Then he went outside into the garden to find marigold. When he hugged her, she also turned to gold. So he liked the gold, and also named his daughter with gold. So everything is gold. Who want everything to gold? Okay, this is a strange story that we read it before. I can't read it. I can't know it before. Okay, King Mads started crying. Please come back, gold. He said, I can't lose my marigold. His tears fell on the precious roses, and they turned to gold. But he didn't care about roses or gold anymore. He just wanted to save his daughter. The goat heard King Max and returned to change everything back to how it was before. Thank you so much, said King Max. I will never think gold is I will never think gold is so important again. So here we have a moral here. It will be what? It will be the family is more important than money and material things. What did the king the king like the most? Like what? As we know here during the story, like gold. Okay, like gold. He liked what? He liked three things, like his daughter Marigold, his rose garden, and gold. Okay, these are the things that the king liked. What happened after the gold left? What happened after the gold left? He's saying what? Saying I will never think. The king said. The king said I will never think gold is so important again. Okay. Here we have some vocab here. Let's go. We have noun touch here. Golden touch. Here is noun. King swish. Trip. On a trip. Here is we have touch it. Touch it here. This is noun. This is the verb. We have here the two words come as a noun, can come as a verb. Like what? Here we say golden touch. Here we have he touched it. Here we have king swish. Here we have I wish. So here we have a trip. Here we have trip. Okay, trip here is the journey is a journey, but trip here is to turn something in strange, to turn something to strange. Okay, here is trip. Okay, here is we have pronunciation er. Let's read it together. Peer, hair, share, there, rare, peer, pair, bear, air, here, where. Let's answer the exercises related to this part. Here we have is when you buy and sell things between countries. It will be what? Here it will be what? It will be trade. Space is the king's mask. It's in the museum. It's in the museum. So here we say, where is the king mask? So here I ask about place. Are objects used to fighting and hiding animals? Weapons. Without thinking, the dog was his face hitting the door. I can't see. I couldn't see it. It will be behind. So behind can't see it. Okay. Let's go to another one. Here we have if the system of how countries. Let's say without completing this email, economy. You are saying economy. Where is my jacket? It space the closet. It's what it's in. It will be in the closet. Not next, not in front, not between. You can't say between if you have two sets. No. We have next two, and next must be followed by two, and in front must be followed by off. So the answer here is the right answer. It will be what? It will be in the closet. In the closet. In the closet. The closet is the place that we put clothes in. The building is space in the school. It will be what? It will be between the school and shopping mall. Look down. Your pen is space the desk. Is what? Is under the desk. Is under the desk. Not in front. Not next. not between, because when you have between between two things, it will be under the desk. Let's go to another item here. Here I answer this question. Egypt is famous for having many ancient artifacts. They are made of different what? Different materials. Made of different materials. Different materials. That lasted for a long time. One of the most beautiful space. Is one of the most artifacts, to be here, artifacts from ancient Egypt, it will be Tutankhamun, which are found in his tomb. Here we have there is also a snake on the top of his head. Let's go to another one here. I will say to you, I will answer two of them, and I will leave the rest to do it by yourself as on. Here is subject plus verb plus object. As we know, all of us know this rule, and I tell this rule several times. It's not difficult to do it. When we make this question, must write this subject, verb, object to answer it. Let's practice in this sentence. It will be here they. Where is the verb? They saw. They saw. Here is the subject, and here is verb. They saw what? They saw a snake. They saw what? They saw a snake. So a snake. So snake here is what? Is object. Snake is object under the tree. Under the tree. Let's go to another one here. Here we have to be the teacher. To be the teacher. The teacher what? The teacher is in front of the board. The teacher is in front of the board. In front. The teacher is in front of the board. In front of board. Front of board. And I put what? I put full stop at the end of the sentence. I answer two of them. I will leave the rest to do it by yourself as a habit. Okay. You now you know the rule. You can answer the rest by yourself. Okay. And if you have a question, write it below the video to answer for you. Okay. Let's go to another one here. Here we have space. It's on the green hill. So I answered three of them, and I will leave the rest to do it by yourself as homework, because I don't want to make the video longer. Here we have on the green hill. So here is the place. So when we ask about place, what if the keywords that we use it to ask about place to be where? So here for what? For time. Here it will be where is the castle. Space is school. To be not next. To be in front of. To be in front of. Here is we have he's making replacement here. Here is saying next and put off. So we know that in front of. Here is replacing in front and saying to. It will be here what? It will be next. Okay, it will be next. So I leave the rest from 4 till the end. It will be homework. Let's go to another one here. Here is we have how did the ancient Egyptians make weapons? So as we told you before, in this question we underline the letter and correct it. Here it will be I replace E here by capital letter, and I put the question mark here at the end of the sentence. I would like to pay attention grade 6 that it would be we have a question form, we must put the question mark in punctuation or in rearrange. Both we must be put the question mark on. Okay. don't forget to do so, okay? Because if we forget the question mark, it will be a minus half mark directly, okay? And we know, and all of us know and all of us want every mark in the exam, okay? Here we have lessons 4 and 5, effect 5. Let's read it together. Here we have iron in Egypt. So here we talk about another metal in ancient Egypt, which is what? Which is iron. Let's know it together. Iron, we have iron, copper, bronze, craftsman, meteorite, scrape, amulet. Here we have early, fire, heaven, items, weapons, image, famous. We know famous and popular have the same meaning. Famous and popular. We have possible, precious, jewelry, trade, fortune, dagger, special, rail, agriculture, tools, stone, and countries. Here we have start using, difficult to use, come from the sky, early on, easier to find, around 3,000 years ago. This was the result of use something for, it's made of, bring good fortune, bring good fortune. Here we have the early iron used by ancient Egyptian came from a meteorite. Ancient Egyptians believed iron came from the sky and called it the metal of heaven. Early on, the ancient Egyptians used iron for small items like jewelry. Later on, the ancient Egyptians could get more iron through trade with other countries. Let's read this text together. Here we say, we want to know when, where, why, what. This is the keywords question. When we make a fact file, we write these steps, okay? Let's read it together. The ancient Egyptians started using iron more than 5,000 years ago. So here I talk about what? I talk about time. Before iron, they worked with copper and bronze. Where? To ask about place. Let's go to know where we find iron. Amazingly, some of early iron was from meteorites. Ancient Egyptian craftsmen made a famous dagger for Tutankhamun's temple from a meteorite. They also mined iron from the ground, but they found it quite difficult to use because it needs a very hot fire to melt, which often wasn't possible. Why? To ask about the reason. Let's know the reason of thinking of iron as a special. Okay, they thought iron was special. Why? Because they believed it came from the sky. Because of meteorites, they called it the metal of heaven. Okay, for them, iron was more precious than gold because it was rare. What did they use iron for? So we ask here about the uses of iron. Early on, the ancient Egyptians used iron for small items like jewelry, copper, and bronze were common. Metals for tools because they were easier to find, but later on, iron agriculture tools and weapons began to appear. This was the result of ancient Egyptians getting more iron through trade with other countries. Here we give you the steps of how to writing a fact file. Okay. In this part, we have these steps you must follow when we write it. I would like to say that I will have a video about how to write a paragraph, how to write a fact file. All this I will make you a video to write to know how to write, because it's the question of the paragraph is a separated question, and I would like to know how to write it in a good way. Okay, research facts. You can use books or save online websites. Make notes under headings like when, why, where, what, as we do know in this text. Okay, here we write we write when, where, why, and what. Let's go to another one here, to another step here. Use formal language and choose a tense. So this is important to make a formal language and use a tense. If we started the tense with that, so the sentence must be in that. When we use the sentence in present, the rest of the sentence must be in present. That is appreciate to the topic. When you speak about facts in the past, use the past tense. When you speak about general facts, use present tense. Here is we have divide the text into questions and concluding answers. Use correct language, correct language, punctuation marks, and make sure for your spelling is correct. Let's read this topic together again. Here, when did ancient Egyptians start using silver? Started using silver around 4,500 years ago, where they weren't many silver. There weren't many silver mines in Egypt, so we think they thought they brought it from other countries through trade. What did they use silver? Let's know here. Using silver for what? For make jewelry and mirrors. They also used cheap silver to decorate statues. Why didn't we find many ancient Egyptian artifacts? Because silver is not very durable. Sadly, the cells in the Thames destroyed a lot of it. We can't see very much of it today. The scrap amulet. The scrap amulet is from ancient Egyptian. It's more than 3,000 years old. It's made of copper. People wore jewelry with the image of a scrap to protect them and bring them fortune. Let's go to answer the question related to this part. Here we have Noah was making a display board about artifacts in ancient Egyptian. She displayed amazing information about space amulet, about scrap amulet. Here is scrap amulet. Scrap amulet. Scrap amulet. Scrap amulet. Scrap amulet is from Egypt. Is from ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt. The stone was made of is what and durable, is precious and durable. Okay, precious means precious here means very expensive. Okay, expensive. They bring him good fortune, to be good fortune. I will leave you the comprehension to do it by yourself, because I don't want to make the video longer, so I leave this question to do as a homework. Let's go to another one here. This question I answered before. Let's go to the review. In this unit, we know some new vocab. Let's review this unit together. But we know gold, garnet, glass, clay. Here we have pronunciation, PER, like peer, like there, like peer, like tier, where, like where, pair, air, rare, hair, share, and so on. In this unit, we talk about the past simple tense, and we know the past simple tense is describing the action happened and in the past, and we know that the formula of this tense, it will be ed to the verb, and when we use didn't, we return the verb to the stem, and we know the keywords of this tense. The keywords of this tense, it will be what? Let's revise together the keywords of this tense. It will be yesterday, last, ago. This is the keywords of what? Of this past simple tense. It will be yesterday. It will be yesterday, last, and ago. Now we know the keywords of this tense. I will answer one exercise related to this unit, and I will leave another one to do it by yourself as a homework. Okay. Here we have some vocab. I would like to know how to write this exercise. Here we have here written this word in Arabic. So I write it in English like this. Okay, here is in Arabic, and I will write it here. Here is we have. I will see you how to write it, and then I leave you to do it by yourself. The rest I will leave you to do by yourself. Okay. This code this is like dictation to practice how to write the words. Let's go to another one. Here is the paragraphs related to this part. In this part, we know some paragraphs like how to write about artifacts in ancient Egypt. Here we have many artifacts from ancient Egypt. One reason, ancient Egyptian used materials that can last forever. They like to use gold. Here we have many artifacts from ancient Egypt because of reasons such as climate. We have hot, dry weather that helps preserve the artifacts. Ancient Egyptians used materials that could last forever. They used granite to build the pyramids. They also used clay to make pots. They like to use gold because it's durable and valuable and valuable. Durable and valuable. Ancient Egyptians loved animals, and this part related to animals in ancient Egypt. Ancient Egyptians loved animals and kept many as pets. They particularly loved cats because they believed cats could look after them and keep them safe. They also kept animals like monkeys, hippos, and even lions. Ancient Egyptians loved birds as well, especially falcons and ibis, falcons and the ibis. The ibis represent wisdom in ancient Egypt. Here is the fact file that we note here during the lesson. When we say here we write the question related to the fact, like what, how, what, and why. This is a script. This is a scribe amulet, and it's from ancient Egypt. It's around 3,000. Here to say how old. So I ask about the age. Around 3,000 years ago. What is made of? So a scribe amulet is made from what? Of a precious dark green stone. How did people use? People in ancient Egyptian wore jewelry with image of a scribe amulet. Why? Because it gives them a fortune. Why was it important? It was important for people in ancient Egypt because they believed that it could protect them and bring them good fortune. Okay, let's go to another to answer the exercise, and I will leave the rest to do it by yourself. Here we have ancient Egypt used iron space to hunt animals. Iron weapons are clever pupils. Is when you use knowledge to make good decisions. You use news to make good decision. It will be what? It will be wisdom. Ancient Egyptians space pits mummies to preserve them for a long time. We have what? Here is mummified, not traded, not made, not protected. When a metal is very hard, it's called what? It's called durable. Okay, it's called durable, not variable, not useless, durable. Okay. Let's answer this question together. Ancient Egyptian traded with other countries, and metal was one of the things that traded. Metal was harder than what here? Harder than jewelry. So not jewelry. Glass. As we know here, glass. And they could melt it into different shapes. They used metal to make tools, weapons, so that they could space animals. They could hunt animals. Gold and silver were popular metals for making space and art to sell. Make jewelry. And art to sell. Here is an Egyptian space to grow. Here is trade with other countries, help the ancient Egyptian economy to grow. It will be economy, Egyptian economy. Here we have a comprehension. Let's read it together. Omar is a student in grade 6. He adores reading. He adores reading, especially short stories that he can find it at school's library. Find at the school's library. His favorite story is King Mads, and Golden Touch. As we that read it during the lesson, it's about a king who loves his daughter and his garden and gold more than anything else in the world. One night, the king helped a sick goat that looked very sick to thank him. It made his wish come true. The king could turn everything he touched into gold. Omar learned from the story that people we love more precious than gold. Here is Omar adores what? Adores swimming, running, reading, hunting. As we know here, adores what? Adores reading. So the answer it will be number C. This one. This one. Number C. This one. Another one. The king loved his space and his garden so much. His daughter and his garden. Here is come true means what? Means happen. Okay. Let's continue the rest of the text of this question. Here we have where can Omar find the short stories? As we know here in the school library. What did Omar learn from the story? Learn the story from the story that people we love are more precious than gold. Okay, here we have I answer here I answer 2 of this sentence, and I will leave the rest to do it by yourself as homework. Here is the rule of subject verb object. This used for statement form, and when we make a question form, we replace the verb instead of subject. I answer 2 of them, and I will leave the rest to do it by yourself as homework. Here is to be how did the ancient Egyptian, Egyptians, how did the ancient Egyptians use materials, use the materials, and I use the materials, and I put the question mark at the end of the sentence. The materials, and I put question mark at the end of the sentence. The another one here would be the book is with the book is between the desk and bench. The desk and bench and the bench. The desk and the bench. I will leave you the last one to do it as yourself, by yourself as a homework. Okay. Now we know the rule. You can practice the rule on the rest of the sentence. Okay. Let's go to another one here. Here we have ancient Egyptian. So here I talk about not present. So it will be here new. Here it will be new. No, it will be here new. Okay. This one did last visit her grandparents. So here we have last. As we know, the last is the keyword of what? Of the past form. So I put here did. Okay. Here is the past way. I'm Tariq, and this is Dalia. So so I put underline the wrong letters that I corrected. Here we have Tariq written in capital letter like this, and Dalia written in capital letters like this, and we have already the full stop. By this question, we end from our unit today. Next class, I will start unit 8. I hope to benefit from this video. I'm waiting you next video. Thanks a lot until you meet again. Goodbye.